Hey guys! Welcome back to Likewise Pod. I'm Issa.
And I'm Sam, and we're so excited for another episode this week. After a long-awaited little mini unplanned hiatus, we're back, and we actually took to Instagram to see what people would want to hear based on a couple of our different ideas we had.
Yeah, and not gonna lie, I was kind of really surprised with the results. Obviously you're seeing the title of this episode, so we're gonna be talking about like first year out of college town, out of college town, like all the things like that and how it's been going. But I was really surprised. I was thinking that people were gonna be more interested in like fan culture, like extremes of fan culture, because like, I mean, all transparency, like I voted for that one.
Me too.
So I was like, I have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Same.
But yeah, and like also seeing like who voted, I was like, wow, wait, I'm kind of surprised because like, yeah, like I know some of my friends like follow the podcast, follow our account, but honestly did not realize that people actually like paid attention to socials or even maybe listened. So that's exciting. I was like, wow.
Yeah, no, it was so funny. One of my coworkers, she voted for it while we were sitting across from each other. She was like, "Oh."
That's so cute. I love that.
But yeah, I was surprised too, especially because I feel like with our solo episodes, which if you haven't, you should go listen to those, because it was our first time trying that out, and it was fun, but also like kind of weird. And
I think they're actually pretty good.
Yeah, no,
well, kind of good.
I like them, but I feel like that's kind of, we both talked about kind of our feelings, and like I guess it's more of like our deep feelings about just like our emotions post-grad, but like we both talked about that, and I feel like in our episodes where we've come back and our co-host interviews, I just feel like we've definitely talked about post-grad stuff so much with just like life updates, how we feel, that I feel like nobody would want to hear about that anymore, which I guess it's not completely like that, and it's more kind of still being reflective on our college experience. But yeah, surprised that people would still want to hear us talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of fun, maybe not like fun, but like kind of good that like we do have like a whole episode actually dedicated to it, because like Sam, you were talking about how in our individual episodes we kind of talked a little bit about it, but it was kind of more of our deeper feelings, which one I think we're both willing to talk about anytime, but like it's not the norm for us, because I don't know, I feel like we probably feel like that's not what people would want to listen to, and it's not, I don't know, and it's kind of weird because I mean, yeah, this is like a record of our conversations, but as longtime listeners may know, we oftentimes have really long conversations before this, and so getting into it and saying everything that we already just talked about gets kind of tiring. So we're like, oh, well, we'll talk about other things that are lighter, because that's not always what we talk about in our regular conversations. But anyways, long way to say that I think it's good to have like a whole episode dedicated to it, because then there's like a lot of things that we can plan out to say that we did like write down in our doc. And then also just things that, I don't know, we probably didn't think of and didn't type out, but we'll probably say and we'll discuss. So, yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, and clearly the people want it.
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, to be fair, it was like one of 3 choices, and yeah.
Yeah.
But still,
I mean, maybe next time we can have a, yeah, maybe next time we could have a, or give us a suggestion.
Submissions.
Yeah, submissions. I don't know. There are so many things that I think would be so fun, but I feel like because it's mostly our friends who follow us that we can't really do it. Like for example, like assumptions about us. I think those are so fun. I love those like podcast episodes, like YouTube videos. Like I think they're so fun. I'm like, wow, I would love to do that. But you know what? Love you listeners, but I don't think our fan base is big enough for that, or stranger enough for that.
Right. No. Same. I agree.
But anyways, I guess, wow, back to our old antics. 5 minutes in,
right.
Barely introed. Sam, what are your roses and thorns, I guess, of the past however long?
Okay, this is funny because when I was making my notes, I was like, I literally don't even know what to talk about. And I was like, I don't want to give too many life updates because I don't want to be boring or anything. So all I wrote is for my rose is time off work, woo, because I took some time off last week. I took Thursday and Friday off, and I went on a road trip with my boyfriend to New Mexico to visit his family. It was his brother's graduation. It was really fun. And I got to meet his grandparents. That was a hoot.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. And that was great. And then also, obviously, Monday is Memorial Day, so I don't have work on Monday. So I'm about to have a 3-day weekend. And so I'm just excited because it'll be like our first lazy weekend in a while because we're very particular in my household. We do laundry every other Sunday. It's like put together, it's planned, whatever. But this week is not laundry week, so we can be lazy. And my boyfriend's out of school, so like he's not stressed about like big assignments, homework, anything like that. Yeah, our Saturday plans are already making homemade pizza and playing Mario Kart. So it'll be a good weekend. Then, also I've been reading some really good books recently, and I'm just hoping it stays that way. I was just telling you, so I'm being brave, and I'm going to try to finish a book that I've already DNF'd twice in the last, 6 months. So I just hope it goes over well for me.
The fact that this isn't even, a difficult book. I mean, okay, it's difficult in the fact that it's so cringy and so much secondhand embarrassment, but not difficult in terms of,
right, it's not that I just don't understand it or I'm having a hard time reading it. I just
yeah.
I think
I get it. I get it.
I think I gave it enough time to sit. It's the second book in the summer I turned the fact that I don't even know what it's called, I'm yeah, it's the second one.
Wait. Oh, it's not Summer Without You.
Okay, yeah, that one.
Wait. Yeah. Oh wait, I literally
because we'll always have Summer as the last one.
Not Summer. Yeah. Okay, cool. It's not Summer Without You. The books are literally right next to me. I don't know why I didn't look at them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read that.
I just didn't want to out you like that. Sorry,
no, you're
Sam.
good. I'm gonna do that because I feel like I'm out of a reading slump now because I read Happy Place and then right after that I started reading Something Wilder and I just finished that. So now I'm perfect timing for me to just blast through this fluffy book on my Libby app on my phone. So I'm gonna do that. Oh my gosh, this is so... I told myself I wasn't going to say too much. I have one more thing for my rose, because it's been consuming me. My favorite podcast, Goes Without Saying, by Seffi and Wing, just got signed by Gleam, I think is what the agency's called, or network or whatever. It's in the UK. But they're UK-based. They got signed by them, and now they just started putting out 2 episodes a week on Sundays and Thursdays, so I've just had so much to listen to, and it's been so good. Anyways, that's awesome. My thorn is just, why am I so busy? I don't even know. I'm so tired all the time and so busy, but also I feel like it's kind of by choice, so I feel like I need to just step back and make myself not as busy.
I'll start with my thorn. So today is Thursday, May 25th. Yesterday I was supposed to go to the Valley concert in Seattle, but it was canceled because one of the people, Rob, main lead singer guy, I mean he also plays guitar, I think. Okay, guys. Full transparency, I don't actually know what people do when they're in bands. I just listen to the music and then I find out when I go to the show. Anyways, so it was canceled. Well, postponed because, when you're touring, lots of strain on the vocal cords. So that's sad. Never think it's going to happen to you till it does. But you know what? That is life. And also, okay, whole other topic, which, we will talk about eventually because we have so much to say. But when artists strain their vocals too much and then have to cancel or postpone shows, and then people, their fans, get angry about it? What? You're telling me you want to hear someone, maybe whisper and sound like this during your show instead, and, potentially even, ruin their voice for, the rest of their lives, instead of, just be hey, so sorry, can't do it. We're trying to postpone, keep your tickets. Otherwise, you can get full refund, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, put out so many more albums, so much more music. Like, all the things. You're telling me you'd rather them ruin their voices just because...
And never sing again.
You want them to? What? I just... Whatever.
Yeah.
So, that's sad, but mostly sad for them because they had to cancel a show.
Yeah.
In which I feel like... I don't know, if I were an artist or if we were Sam, when Likewise goes on tour, we have to cancel a show because we talk too much. I'll be so sad.
Oh god, that's so funny.
Yeah, but anyways. Yeah, so then my rows, I have kind of a lot, but I don't really want to talk too much, but even though I wrote so much down. But some rows is like Sounder stuff is going so well, so now I'm basically like in charge of like ball kids and the game balls, so that's fun, but also like a little stressful because sometimes we lose the balls, and sometimes the ball kids like don't always follow the rules, well, the one rule, but it's fine. It's ultimately it's fine. And yeah, and like I'm really happy, and I'm still like hoping and trying to find myself full time, but yeah, so fun. I really like it. Yeah. And then I've also been reading again because I feel like I was in a big slump because I hadn't read for I don't know how long. But then I read the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy because I was like, they're literally like 270 pages, 290 pages or something like that. Like less than 300 pages is like easy money. And then the margins are massive. Text is massive. So really it's like a 250 page book almost. And so I read them and then it was so fast. I was like, wow. Amazing, I'm doing great. And then I read Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover over the weekend when I went with my family to Salem to visit my mom's family and stuff and all the things. So I'm feeling really good, but I also need like some time to like detox, I guess, if that's the right word, like from books. And so I'm trying to find the place because like a lot of times I'll wait like 2 weeks when really I only need to wait probably like 3 or 4 days because I can't just do it the next day because that's too soon. But anyways, long story short, I have been reading again and then also listening to podcasts again because I have not done that. Yes. Like I made a rule in my car when I got a new car, and that I, instead of listening to music when I'm driving, I'm gonna only listen to podcasts. So I've been like catching up on a lot of them, which is really fun, and I'm like, wow, I've been missing out on people's lives.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. Except I have broken my rule. Like I have listened to music because sometimes I'm like, you know what, I need to sing along with windows down. Especially now that the weather's getting nicer, I'm like, shoot, I really need to like keep being strict with myself though, and only let myself listen to music sometimes because I still need to catch up on like 100, like 5 or 6 podcasts from like April of last year to now.
Yeah, it's hard for me to get through the ones I need to listen to because I live about a half mile down the street from work, so my drive to work is like 2 minutes long. And
yeah,
so it's like if I put it on before I leave, then I'll get like a little bit into it, and then like I just listen to like 2 more minutes during lunch, and then 2 more minutes on the way back. So it just like it goes by slow. Then I try. Like,
I mean, maybe
dishes.
You could go on the driving route that everyone knows about in Kearney.
The driving route that's like so real.
Yeah,
real listeners know.
So I feel like I'm getting better at consuming like podcasts and books than just TV, but I also just started the Summer I Turned Pretty series like on Amazon Prime. So that's why it's like a big theme today. It's because I just like start watching it finally. But yeah, that honestly could be its own whole episode. Like I have so much to say about it. Sam has so much to say about it, even though she hasn't read the trilogy.
Yeah,
like the whole trilogy, just the first one and some of the second one.
Yeah, I almost feel like part of it was like wrecked for me based on the fact that I watched the show before I read the first book.
Yeah. I'm glad I read it first and then watched it because now I know like all the things that I'm like, that's in the second book. That's in the third book. I'm like, brother. Anyways, beside the point.
Yeah. Very curious to see how the second season plays out.
I think it's premiering like July something.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
excited.
Wait, speaking of shows, okay, after this we can get into our topic. But
Okay.
I have seen a lot about the Bama Rush documentary because people are saying it's not actually as dramatic and like it wasn't actually that good, and the trailer was so dramatic and like seemed like big T, and then it was like nothing. And so I still need to watch it, but maybe we should talk about it. Because a lot of people still listen to our sorority recruitment episode, so we could do like an
Yeah.
updated one and talk about the Bama Rush documentary.
That would be so good. Yeah. Okay, Sam, what if we watch it, like, not obviously we can't watch it together, but like at the same time, and then we could be like, oh my gosh.
Right.
Like
we
live
can be
tweeting,
texting.
but live texting.
I love that. Great.
Yeah, because I want to watch it. Here I am saying that I need to consume like less TV and stuff. And then, like, actually, I need to consume Bama Rush.
Right.
But it's a documentary, so I think it's fine.
No, exactly.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Well, I guess for our real topic that we already introduced, surviving the first year out of your college town. And if you are a longtime listener, you know we've talked about, we put little like quote inspo graphics on our notes just to inspire us for our episode. We just find them on Pinterest, and Issa found one, and it says, "It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you're so focused on the future that you forget about today." Said by Ashley Hetherington. Don't know who that is.
I don't know who
Shout
that is
out
either. I just went on
Ashley.
Pinterest. Yeah, shout out Miss Hetherington. I know. I really identify with that, and I was like, I feel like Sam might, but also I don't know. And if she doesn't like it, she can find her own. But I guess she liked it enough that she did not find her own.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like a lot of like for me, if you know me, you know that I cannot stand the city of Pullman. Like, it is one of my least favorite places in the world. Like, it is just absolutely, I hate it. Okay, I feel like hate is a really big word. It's a really strong word. So I don't know if I actually want to say that I hate it, but I just really don't like it, like, a lot. I'm very close to the hate line. And for me, like, when I saw this quote, like, it's easy to feel overwhelmed when you're so focused on the future that you forget about today. For me, I feel like a lot of my disdain for the city of Pullman is that I always felt so much pressure to finish school. And, like, I was always so stressed about the future, like, finishing my degree, changing majors twice, like, during the summer. In my last 2 summers, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so big. And, like, just trying to finish a degree, like, getting it done ASAP, and just everything that, like, I didn't really lean into the small townness, I guess. And
Right.
like, I took, like, my 4 years, I mean, I guess technically, like, what was it, 2.5 because of COVID? 2.5 years there, like, for granted. Now, like, all I'm left with is literally not a care in the world for the city of Pullman or even WSU as a school. But I will always root for the sports teams because they did not do me dirty. So,
Right.
yeah. And that's not to say that, like, I should not have felt pressure to finish my degree and stuff. And, like, I do feel bad for my parents because I always tell people, like, yeah, I want to drop out, but my parents wouldn't let me because, like, I mean, it's true, but also I don't know that I actually would have dropped out had my parents said, no, Issa, you know what? You can drop out if you really want to, you know? And so for me, it's like an easy cop out, be like, my parents made me. And, like, my mom, she's always fine with us saying, like, oh yeah, my mom won't let me do this, or my mom said I could do that, or what, you know, even though, like, I'm a full grown adult, my brother's a full grown adult,
Right.
but it's still being able to use her as an excuse. I'm like, oh, thank you, mommy, like, love you. But yeah, and so it just, a lot of that, I feel like not to say that, like, if I wouldn't have focused on the future, if I wouldn't have focused on, like, getting a degree, but I think if I would have, like, shifted my priorities to really lean into the present instead of only being focused on the future and only being focused on getting out of it. Like, a lot of it was, I don't like Pullman, I need to get out of here. So I just am trying to get it done so fast. And so I think if I would have at least tried to appreciate the city and tried to like it, and then who knows what I how I would feel about it today.
Right. I feel like this is something new I just thought of after hearing you talk about it. It was like, wow, I feel like a lot of people associate like you're being gone from your college town and like getting through like how tough the first year post grad can be. Like, I feel like a lot of people associate that with like the ties they have to their town and like how much they loved their school or they loved their college
Mm-hmm.
town and like the people in it. And I think it just goes to show that like you could like have something so far opposite to where it's more like you always wanted to get out because you didn't like being there and didn't like the school, didn't like the city, like, you know, just didn't enjoy being in the place. And you can still like have other things that make the first year being away from there hard, even though you
Yeah.
didn't like it.
Yeah. And I think it's also like, that's also not to say that I would have, and I mean, I also tell people that like, oh, if I had better grades, like I would have transferred, blah, blah, like I wish I would have blah, blah, blah. But then like so many things in my life like wouldn't have like likewise this definitely would not have happened
Right.
because we bonded when we both lived in,
I
and
would not know
I only
Issa
lived in
existed.
my sophomore year. Yeah, like we would have run into each other in the halls and stuff. It's like I owe so much of the things that have happened to me in my life, like since going to WCU and since being part of like that community, like I owe it to going there and to not leaving and to all these things. And so like I am grateful for the time. I am grateful for the connections and the opportunities that I had there and through it. But I think it's okay to also not like it, and I feel like that's not talked about a lot because like all these people, they're like, oh my gosh, writing like all the Instagram captions like to the past 4 years, to WSU, to the
Oh my
Kook family,
god.
to the city of Pullman. I'm like, okay, but where are the people that just hated their time but love the people? Where are the people that hated their time but love their
Right.
experiences? And it's like, I think that's so, because I haven't really thought about it before. I'm like, oh my gosh, my experience is so different from everyone else. Like everyone loves Pullman, and I cannot stand it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think it needs to be said more often that it's okay to not like the school. It's okay to not like where you were for 4 years, but still appreciate what it gave you.
Yeah. I agree with that because I kind of feel similar about it. And when I saw the quote, I kind of related it to like, in general, the senior slump because I feel like
Mm,
that's a big common term and everybody does experience it in different ways. Some people right away, some towards the end. And I feel like it comes in different forms. Like, you don't put your best effort or like best foot forward into different aspects of your college life because you prioritize another one. So like you could be putting off your schoolwork because you're more focused on actual work or an internship, job applications, or like even just hanging out with like your friends to like soak in your last year there. Or it could be like the other way around where like you push off your social life because you're focused on finishing school, which I feel like that's kind of what I did. And partially I gave a couple different reasons. One, at the moment I didn't really care. Or like I don't know, I felt like my interests weren't aligned with a lot of like my friends and the people that like I do love and really care about and I liked spending time with, but like I didn't ever really spend that much time with them at that point because I was focused on school and I didn't want to do the things they were doing. Like I didn't like going out, and so I didn't want to go to the bars with everybody before chapter every week. Like I had work and I had like when I was on Panhellenic, I had that stuff, so it's kind of like okay, whatever. Um, and my second reason was that I was ready to leave, much like Issa. Um, and like kind of flash forwarding to now, I do obviously wish I spent more time with my friends and like socializing during that last year, but I also don't regret anything about how it went because I think in the moment I like stayed true to what I wanted to be doing and just yeah. But yeah, I do see other people having like a college experience that I definitely did not have. Like I'm like, is that really how it went? Or like are people lying about their college experience when they're like, it's the best 4 years of my life, this is awesome, I love Pullman, I love WSU, whatever. And I'm like, I spent most of my time thinking about how like I felt like my program wasn't that great or like not enjoying my classes and thinking that they were actually doing a good job preparing me, or like realizing I was like paying a ridiculous amount of money for the actual education I was getting. Like, it's just all these different things, and I just didn't have that experience. Not to say I didn't have a good experience, because I think it was great. But, and I don't even think it would be different if I went to college somewhere else either. Like, I find myself thinking like, wow, like I wonder what would have happened if I did go to like UW, or if I went out of state and like went to like this other school or like whatever. But I'm like, I don't think I can think that. Like, you get trapped in that mindset of thinking you could have given yourself a better experience somewhere else. But I think just it came down to like what I wanted to value in college and like do with my time.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. Like I also, Sam like put a link to like an article, just what like 7 things no one tells you about post-grad life, and just all the things. But like the last point was, you're going to question your choices. And then she's like, this is inevitable. I know several people who during senior year decided they hated their major and set themselves on a completely different career path. Some people are going to reconsider grad school. Others will wonder if they should have waited instead of taking the first offer they received. People who, like me, decide to go to a less traditional route are going to wonder if they should have just applied for 9-to-5 jobs, blah, blah, like all the things. It's like, that was my whole college career. I feel like I was just like, oh my gosh, should I have just really tried to take, I mean, it would have been so rough financially, but should I have tried to take like a massive leap and go to University of South Carolina? Because that was like the other school that I was really considering, but I chose WSU because it's in state, so it's way less expensive than trying to move literally all the way across the country. And then I was like, okay, and then I'll be able to come home more and all the things, because if I went to South Carolina, I would not be able to come home like at all.
Right.
So just, I'm always questioning all of my choices. I'm like, wow, why did I not prioritize this? Why did I not prioritize that? Why did I do this instead of that? And very similar to Sam, I like, a lot of my interests were not aligned with those of our friends. And so I feel like Sam and I, like, we hung out so much senior year. We actually did.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, as close as we thought we were before then, like through Likewise and through like texting and just keeping in touch, like socials and stuff over COVID and blah blah, all the things, like we really, I feel like, got to know each other on like those deeper friendship levels. And just, I mean, friendship, really, like any relationship, really got to know each other on those deeper levels. And I'm so appreciative of that. And that, like, she didn't always want to go out to bars or parties or anything, and I'm like, perfect, same. I do not always want to go out to bars and parties. Like, yeah, I'll go sometimes, but I don't want to go every single day. I don't want to go every single Monday before chapter. Like, I don't want to, I just don't love being around drunk people. What can I say? I don't love it. Right. It is not my favorite place to be. And so if I can minimize that, amazing, perfect. Sam, let's just go to your apartment, or Sam, come over to my apartment and we'll do whatever. Actually, we had a lot of work party. Well, not a lot. We had like 2.
Right.
When we were doing like H3R stuff. But yeah, it was good for me to really realize, and Sam, I'm sure for you too, like to really realize, okay, this is not what I want to be doing, so why am I doing it? And then just kind of taking a step back from those relationships or like those activities, and then kind of just doing what you wanted to do, or shifting priorities to school or whatever. And so like I found that with myself, and then I was just, so ready to leave. And so I really withdrew, I feel like, from a lot of relationships, which I feel really bad about. But, like they say, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yeah, no, that makes me think of, like, in a way, like, I mean, obviously we have Likewise and had other things we were doing together, but, like, it's kind of like, oh, maybe, like, the fact that we did hang out so much and had a similar experience of feeling that same way when it came to, like, withdrawing from our other relationships a little bit, like, maybe that's part of, like, why we've actually been able to, like, keep in touch more than, like, I have with pretty much any other friend from school, because, like, we just get it, or we we already know we have the same feelings about a lot of this stuff, and like, so we've just from like confiding in each other about all this stuff, like we just know like that's like someone like we still talk to. I don't know, it makes sense, like since we hung out so much while other people like we weren't seeing as much anymore, and like we weren't going out with them all the time, but like even if we did go out with them all the time, would I be close with them now? Because like, would we really have been close then? Like we weren't close because I would only ever see them in like very certain situations, you know? So it's not like they didn't hang out as closely as we did, so makes sense why like we would still be so closely in touch now. Which, yeah, I do also feel bad about like withdrawing from a lot of relationships, but at the same time it's like, hey, we all need to take our time to like do what's best for us and learn more about ourselves. Which, yeah, I was gonna say, if you are like just graduated, whatever, like I say, like, one, don't feel guilty when if you're not like keeping in touch with your friends super often, if you don't even see like all your closest friends at all in your first year out of school, because everyone's life is chaotic and different and everyone's adjusting. And second thing, don't hesitate to like take the time to just get to know yourself in this like transitional phase.
Yeah, and I also think though, like, because I get really not insecure, but like if it's been a while and I haven't talked to someone, I get really nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna think if I'm like texting them out of the blue? Are they gonna think that they're in trouble? Are they gonna think I'm in trouble and like asking for help or something? Like, what are they gonna think? And then I'm like, okay, Issa, get over yourself. Like, it might not necessarily, like, this person that I want to reach out to, like, might not necessarily be thinking the same thing about me, but they're probably thinking about someone else. Or, you know, like someone else in my life is probably thinking the same thing about me. Like, oh my gosh, I want to talk to her, but what if she like just doesn't want to? Or what if like Issa is just going to be like, what the heck, why is this person talking? You know? And so I'm like, okay, Issa, get over yourself. Just text them. If they don't want to talk to you, they won't respond, or they'll make it short, you know? And so I think, like Sam said, like, use this time if you are graduating, if you are recently graduated, honestly, at any point in your life, if you're like withdrawn from friends or relationships, like, it's not a bad thing. Like, use this time to get to know yourself. Use this time to figure out and understand your priorities and your interests, because that, honestly, game changer senior year. And like, it like helped my mental health so much. But also, okay, that's a whole other talk though. My mental health senior year, I was a wreck. I'm so sorry. But also, like, don't be afraid to reach out to people even if it's been a while.
Yeah, especially, okay, if you're like, maybe you've always been the person who reaches out first, maybe you don't want people to think you just want something from them, or like you're scared of how they'll respond, whatever. It's okay to, like, you know, take as much time as you want, especially like with multiple people. There's an amazing time to spark conversation. I will tell you this. Birthdays. Like, you know, like, especially if you've been thinking about someone for a while and, like, you know, life just is moving so fast, and then all of a sudden their birthday rolls around and you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to wish them a happy birthday. And then you're hit with then like that same guilt you were feeling. You're like, oh my gosh, and I have not texted them in so long. Well, guess what? Perfect time to text them, because then you're not going to regret, because then if you don't, then the next time you go to text them, you're still going to not text them, because you're going to be like, well, I didn't even text them for their birthday. And now we're already here. So don't let their birthday slip by if you're already like wanting to talk to them. Because it's a good time to just like connect for like 2 seconds. Like, that's how it was with me and just some people, you know, like I would always just be like, oh my gosh, like I'd send them a Snapchat even. Like, it doesn't even have to be a text. Like, you could Snapchat them, and like it could be a video, it could just be a picture, you could just be like, oh my gosh, like happy birthday, miss you so much, so sorry, like we haven't talked in so long. I bet like life is so chaotic for you too, like, and you can like even wait till like be like, totally enjoy your day, love to talk more, or like message them again the next day and just be like, oh my gosh, how was your birthday? or like just be like, let's, if you're still in the same area as them, oh my gosh, then just be like, let's get coffee, let's hang out sometime, whatever. But if you're not, which is kind of like my case with everybody, it's a little bit like, I'm always like, oh my gosh, yeah, let's like talk more. But yeah, don't be afraid to reach out, and definitely reach out on birthdays. It's amazing.
Yeah. And you know, Issa talking here. My love language is words of affirmation. So anytime someone sends me a text, be like, hey, thinking about you, I'm like, oh my gosh, they were thinking about me. Like, literally, my whole day is made. So, you know, if you're ever thinking about me, just tell me.
Right. Or even like DMing something. Like DM something to them on Instagram.
Yeah,
like,
no,
if that's the kind of relationship you had.
Amazing. Send me like reels or memes, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes I don't really get memes. Like, okay, Sam, I'm gonna be honest. I did not understand the milk thing you sent me.
No, I think the point is that it doesn't make sense at all. And
okay, good.
That's why I was laughing so hard, because it just doesn't make any sense. But like, it was funny to me because it was just milk. Like,
I don't even remember what it was. She sent me something. Okay, and you know what? This is not the best example because Sam and I are really good friends. But she like, and we like DM each other stuff a lot. Anyways, she like sent me this just picture on like a post on Instagram, and it was like of a milk jug with some text over it. What did it say?
Okay, I realized I have to go on my phone because the best part was I was on the Likewise account and DM'd it to you. It wasn't even like my personal Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, and so she like sent it to me. I was like, ha 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 ha, okay.
I just knew when you said what even that it was like, okay, it just
I just didn't get it.
Okay, wait, the account is called like Reaction Pics, and it's just a gallon of milk, and it says, I'm no longer interested in thinking. That's it.
And Sam said, tell me why this is sending me. I was like, ha ha ha. What
but
even?
Like, the best part is that like that's like what you woke up to, because I sent that so like when I got to work this morning.
Yeah. So you know what? If you see something that you think is funny, send it, and then, you know, conversation starter, I guess.
Right.
Like,
so
I would never respond to you, Sam, like in the DM, be like, I don't think that's funny. Like,
right. You just be like,
because that's just awkward. That's awkward.
Like, they'll at least like the message. Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know if I did. Maybe.
No, but you responded, so it's fine.
Anyways, again, long story short, reach out to people, talk to them.
But also it's okay if you haven't. And it's okay if you don't.
But also it's okay if you haven't, if you don't. Yeah, keep that in mind.
Kind of like jumped ahead because we're just talking about staying connected with friends and how hard it is. Yeah. Literally, I was only just going to put hard. And then I decided to be positive and added on that you also will probably make a lot of new friends, which is really exciting. And like, not to replace your old friends or like your college friends, but I think like
in addition
coworker, in addition, like you get like different relationships that you never had with your college friends, because it'll be like coworkers or people that are in like more tight-knit spaces that like are within like your hobbies and interests and passions. So like you just might have way like different of a relationship with them. It's just like more present.
Yeah. And it's like friends, I mean, with coworkers especially, but like in so many different phases of life. Like some of like my best friends at the Sounders, one of them is like 28. One of them just turned 21. And then one of them my age. Another one of our sorority sisters, PC 15.
Yeah, I feel that some of my coworkers are like in such different stages of life than me. Like even ones that are close in age. Like one of my bestie coworkers is, she just turned 25, and she's got a 3-year-old kid, and she's been married for like 4 years.
It's so fun, like being an adult and having like these adult friendships and like just getting to know so many people that you never in a million years would have thought. I mean, because, you know, you didn't know they existed, but like Sam now like working in fashion, me working in like sport, well, kind of working in sports, like we have friends who are like-minded in that we love sports, and you know, you guys love fashion and all those things that go with it. But and it's just so fun. Whereas like at school or before we got these jobs, like yeah, people like sports, yeah, people like fashion, but it's hard to really gauge like where people are at with that, you know?
Right.
Unless you really ask them, I guess. But I never
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, I never had like super close friends within my major, except for like obviously like Joss and Chelsea, because we would like do all our classes together. We were in the sorority together, and so it's easy to just like, you know, feel like we had each other as friends. And I was pretty decently good friends with like a lot of the girls in my major who were in Sigma Kappa. They were like all so nice too, because then like some of them were Rogams, and like it was like very like would see them often, whatever. But it just like it was hard, just like feeling like I didn't want to, or like couldn't see myself connecting with a lot of people that I was in all the same classes with, like 75 people that I had every class with for all 4 years. Like it was hard not to like feel like I could have like so many life-changing close friends there, but then starting my job and like literally just being besties with everybody, and like I'm like, wow, what would my life be without these people? Like some days I'm like, oh my god, I love this person so much, like this is what I've been waiting for. Like I have friends obviously from college that I love in that same way, but like obviously I can't see them every day.
Yeah. No, like one of my friends, like she just went on a month-long trip, and so I have not seen her in a month, and
Oh
so
my
I'm finally
gosh.
seeing her again on game day on Saturday. I'm like, yes, I'm so excited. And now that I'm like doing ball kid stuff, I'm on the field the whole time, and she's also on the field the whole time because she's the on-field lead, and I'm like, yes, now we basically just get to hang out the whole game.
I love that. It's so funny. Actually, I was just getting lost in my thoughts because Ace and I actually haven't seen each other since we went to 5 Seconds of Summer in June.
Oh my gosh, we
So it's
haven't.
been like
Sam,
a
I'm gonna
year.
cry.
But we see each other like we see each other every day on
Quote
Snapchat.
unquote,
See, like visually we do see, but like
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh, I'm gonna
it's
cry. Wait, that's so sad.
yeah, that's like, you know, so. But it doesn't even feel like it's been a year since then. We have found ways, obviously, to stay connected. So I think also maybe like if you're the one, like going somewhere where nobody else is, like, because I think, I don't know, but it's hard to do. It's also hard to like be still where other people should still be. Like, you
Yeah.
know, but,
So basically, if you're the one leaving everyone, you're the fake friend.
yeah.
For all those who don't know, Sam left everyone and went to Nebraska and left us all here.
I love everybody. It's like, bye.
And that was also satire. Like, that was not real. She's not a fake friend. Well, maybe she is. I don't know.
Right.
I've not seen that side of her.
You're like, not to me. Just kidding.
But like on a more serious note, like intentionally not talking to people and not keeping in touch with people, and how hard that is, because like there have been some people that I have I don't want to say this because I don't want people to find out, but like I have not spoken to because I'm like, I don't need this in my life, which it really sucks to say, but also a lot of the people with that, like, I am not sad about, which makes me sad because I'm like, I really wish I were sad about cutting these people out, but I'm not. But it also is really hard, especially when they try still talking to you. I'm like, I just don't want to talk to you anymore. But yeah, it's just, you know, we all grow at different rates. We all grow in different directions. And so relationships, not every relationship is meant to last forever. And so I think knowing that and understanding that, I feel like I know when I'm growing out of a relationship. I know when I'm kind of growing in a different direction from someone else. Whereas I feel like other people, not that they don't notice that or don't know it, but maybe they don't want to make that a reality, like notice, you know, because then once you notice it, once you acknowledge it, then it's really real. And, you know, I wish I was more sad about that, but I'm just not.
Like, I think sometimes you just gotta move on, and that's okay.
It's okay to outgrow anything.
Right.
Relationships included.
That does not serve you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not that everything needs to serve you, but like everything needs to at least have like a purpose of.
Yeah,
like
it needs to
adding
serve
to
a
your
purpose.
life. Yeah.
Okay, this might be a hot take, but I am not like a huge fan of the, I guess, mantra or like idea of cut things out, cut everything out that doesn't serve you, because it's like, no, it's just because it doesn't serve me, just because I don't like it, just because it's not what I want it to be, doesn't mean that it's not going to be beneficial for me in the future. And I feel like a lot of people don't think about that. Also, not to take away from, you know, earlier about focusing on the future and being overwhelming and stuff, but I feel like a lot of people don't think about the future and the things that they need to do or things that need to happen right now in order to get them to that point of where they want to be, you know? And so I feel like we shouldn't necessarily always cut things out or always stop things or always whatever thing like that don't necessarily serve us or we feel like are serving us, if that makes sense. But I guess in that sense, if it is helping you out for the future, then it is serving you, you know? Or if it's not going to help you out in the future, then it's not serving, you know? It's just all the things. I feel like it's very convoluted.
Yeah, I think it's like one of those like phrases that some people just love running with, like almost like how I talked about the whole if they wanted to they would thing, but it's like that's failing to recognize that relationships are like a two-way street, 2-lane road, like, you know, like it takes two, so why are we putting it all on the other person? Which I think the whole cut out things that don't serve you almost does the same thing, where it's like, why, that's forcing us to think like very self-serving people. Like, why? We don't need to do that. Like, of course, like, your relationships should make you happy, all these things, but I just do think sometimes people can take it too far to where they're suddenly just like, actually, like, I'm going to decide that, like, all of these things need to just go because I'm, like, all under, like, I'm all for, like, protect your peace, all this stuff, and my coworker loves that phrase. It's, like, her favorite thing, but she also has talked about how, like, it goes to extremes. Like, people will just be like, nope.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree, obviously, because I just talked about
like,
it.
Am I just supposed to stop doing a part of my job that I think is, like, tedious and annoying because, like,
it's not serving you?
It frustrates
so don't
me.
Do it.
And it makes me sweaty. Like, why would I, you know, like...
Yeah.
Like, this is actually not serving me.
Yeah.
So I will no longer be doing this. It's funny to think about it in a work context.
Yeah.
Actually, like, this meeting I don't like, so I'm just gonna not go anything ever again.
Yeah. I mean, and we'll be talking about this in the extremes of fan culture, but people just take extremes and, you know, like you said, they just run with it. I'm like, what the? Huh? Absolutely not. And, like, that just, it applies to everything, not just fan culture, but, like, a lot, I mean, you know what? People always say the world isn't black and white, but a lot of people, the ones who say that, really think it is because they go to one extreme or the other. I'm like, brother, did you not just say? Like, can we just take a moment to chill? And actually, yeah, anyways, sorry, so much to say about that. So much on that topic alone.
Yeah, so wild. This, I guess, is kind of an idea of an extreme too. We wanted to talk a little bit about just like the overall like culture shock that happens with like graduating and not being a student anymore, and that's obviously like very extreme because like you just like go all the way to the other end of like suddenly not a student anymore.
You know what? Every single year up to this point, like, well, at least K through 12, that's 13 years of our lives. And how many people really remember their everyday life before kindergarten? Not many. Like I have a lot of...
I barely remember before 3rd grade.
Okay, maybe that's just you, Sam. No. I mean, like I have some memories here and there, like before kindergarten when I was like 3, 4 years old,
Me
but
too.
that's not, my everyday life. Like everyday life up to, when I graduated school was school, and it was being a student. Yeah, summer's off, like, but that's fine. That's it. But then once you graduate, then the rest of your life is summer. I mean, until you get a job. So, but yeah, there's just so much. Like, we've been full-time students for K through 12, 13, for 17 years of our lives. That's so much. And like, yeah, some people work, some people get internships like during it, but at the end of the day, full time, like, we're students. And so
Mm-hmm.
school being one of the biggest, if not the biggest constant in our life up to the point of graduating, it's a massive culture shock. Like, at least for me, it was, coming back and being like, okay, so what do I do now that I'm no longer in school?
Yeah, it's like you're so excited to be done and get up, but then it's like when you are done, like you aren't prepared to know what to do with yourself. And I like that you mentioned that, like, yes, like we're growing up going to school, like we're used to having summers. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true. And like, even like sometimes, like right when you graduate, like you might not even like feel it because like your summer still might feel so normal unless like you are moving and like starting a job right away or doing something like that. But if you're taking your summer to just like travel, relax, like spend time with your family, move home, like it's going to feel like every other summer you had. Like, and it's not going to be until like, I think for us it was like when like sorority recruitment was rolling around, like when people were moving back to school and we weren't, was when we were like, And
Yeah,
like
that
for
was
me, it was like
weird.
kind of weird, like going and like basically still living on college campuses when I was a consultant. Like it was still like, this is still kind of like weird because like I'm here, but I'm not a student, but I'm on a campus and I'm interacting only with students every day. So it's kind of like, oh, it's just like you still don't really know what to do with yourself.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, like, I think I talked about it a little bit in my mini episode or whatever a couple weeks ago. Um, but because like I had 2 courses that I took over the summer after May of last year. So I got my degree, like my degree is dated July 31st. So I technically didn't graduate till July 31st of 2022 instead of May. And so for me, I took 2 courses online, but again, they were online and at my house. So it wasn't like a whole lot different from any other summer off of school, but just like some homework and projects here and there. And so when I finished, like I didn't feel like I actually graduated. Like I just feel like I stopped going to school. Like I don't feel like I'm
Mm-hmm.
done. I don't feel like I finished. I just stopped, which is really weird. And I don't know that I'll ever I mean, I probably will get over it eventually, but right now, don't know. And yeah, Sam, like you were saying, when everyone was moving back to Pullman, like for recruitment and stuff, I was like, wow, I'm just not. And I was actually really sad. Like I had so much FOMO because I love recruitment. I'm not a good
Me
recruiter,
too.
but I loved it. That's why I love
Same.
being a rogam.
No, literally. Uh, but yeah, it was a big culture shock, and I like that we had such different experiences to like, but also things we can compare, like the fact that
Hmm.
neither of us walked. Like maybe we didn't have that like sealed off closure of like a moment that made us feel like we did actually graduate.
Yeah.
Like I do have my diploma,
I don't have the holder
whatever.
thingy though. That's what I want.
I know. I don't have one of those either.
Because
And so
I looked at the website. I'm like, how do I get one of these? And it didn't say
no, you just
anything about
don't.
it.
We could get a frame, but I want the like thing they
No,
get
I
when
want
they
the
walk
book.
across the stage. Yeah.
We That's my one regret about. Okay, I have 2 regrets about not walking. One, not getting the like diploma book holder thingy, and 2, not getting pictures with friends in cap and gown. But that's it.
Ooh.
Those are the only 2 things. I do not regret not walking across the stage. I do not regret not having thousands of people who could not care less about me seeing me graduate. I do not regret not sitting through like a 3-hour ceremony that I could not care less
Yeah.
about.
Exactly. The it's still leaning in the direction I went for me. You know, like I'm still happy with my choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I will say, oh my gosh, I made my computer background one of our like group grad pics, and it just makes me so happy every time I go on my computer because like I don't go on my personal laptop very much anymore because I just don't. Like I'm on my phone or I'm on YouTube on my TV or I'm at work. So I just don't really go on here. But when I do, it makes me happy. And I actually like, I say like if you haven't like printed photos and like printed and framed or like printed and hung up or like done anything sentimental with like memories from college, like definitely do that kind of like soon after you graduate or sometime during the first year because it'll also like give you a little reminder to maybe check in on your friends or like it'll just still make you like think of them or just think back to school because it's easy to get caught up in like the daily life. But like I have a framed picture of me and Issa on my dresser and another framed one of some of our group grad pics, and then I have giant ones for my cubicle at work of our grad pics.
That's so cute. Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've not been good about that. I don't have wall space. I need to rearrange my wall space. Beside the point. But yeah, I think that probably would have helped a lot because I mean, yeah, I look at the pictures all the time. I go on like our friends and like college friends like Instagrams all the time. I'm just like scrolling like, oh, that's such a cute photo, or like, oh my gosh,
Oh,
that's
every
such a
time
fun
I
memory.
post, they get stalked. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, same. And oh my gosh, and when EO like Tri Delta Executive Office when they posted our picture for grads back in December, like for people walking in December, even though we
Yeah.
graduated, last May. I was like, oh, that's so cute. And like I go back and look at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, we made it.
Yeah, it was so cute. I felt so good too because it was like right after I like quit too. So it like
Tea.
just made me like still feel good because I was like, oh my god, they don't hate me. Like even though I knew that
Yeah.
everything was fine, like I knew they didn't, but I was just like, oh my god, I'm getting posted, and it's funny because it's right after like I'm not staff anymore, but like yeah, but yeah, that is such a cute post. I completely forgot my culture shock big thing is actually currently happening. Like this did not happen until now. Like when I was working as a consultant, I did consider doing like Tri Delta's mini MBA program. Just because like there was this thing where like if we did it, we would maybe get reimbursed for some of it or whatever if we finished, and like especially if you were going to be a second year consultant, whatnot. So I thought about doing it because I was like, this would be nice to fill my free time. But then like I was clearly unwell, so I just did not want to do any of that. But now, currently, I've been like looking up all this stuff and like looking into like grad programs, like different like regular master's programs or like MBAs where you can get like fashion specialties, which like there's some really cool ones that like aren't accessible online, which is kind of sad. So I'm looking at like online MBAs and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, first of all, I don't got $80,000 for tuition, but like, good for people who do. And then also, I've known for so long that like I didn't really want to do that, or like at least for a while, because I didn't see the benefit yet of like knowing that like so many people work where I work, and then also like in my field without degrees at all. So I'm just like, why would I try and throw myself into this? And like, why am I convincing myself I need to do this? And I think it's because like I hit the full year and then like now I'm in the weird spot of like, wait, should I go back to school?
Yeah. Like, if you know me, you know that I've said I will never do that ever. And I stand by that. But literally, I have not told a single soul this, but a couple months ago, I was looking at like grad programs. I'm like, should I actually do that? Because I was so scared of like not being a student anymore and like having to actually enter like the adult world and do things, that I was actually looking at like maybe doing a grad program online. But then I was like, absolutely not. And so I've just been getting lots of texts and calls and emails from like these grad programs, be like, we'll waive your application fee. We'll pay for this. We'll pay for that. I'm like, no, I don't want this. I don't want this at all. Stop Stop calling me. And I know I should
Right.
just tell him, no, I'm not interested. Stop calling me. But you know what? You know what? I might be an adult now, but I'm not that kind of adult. So, um,
Right.
but yeah, and so, um, if Issa is even reverting to that, Lord knows, so many other people might be,
Yeah,
and
so don't be surprised when you do.
yeah,
'Cause you're
like
gonna.
I was, but then I was like, I did not do well in school. Like, there's no way I'd get into any grad program at all. But you know what? It happens to the best of us, or the worst of us, depending on how you look at it.
Well, I was telling Zeke that, I don't know, I feel like because I ended up like going to WCU because of like scholarships and like my degree program and it being in state, like it really narrowed down my options to that one. Um, and knowing that there's like all these other cool places out there, especially as I've been getting into sports, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many cool, really good, academically good schools that paid no attention to, did not know about in high school, that I know about now, and that I think are really cool, or ones I traveled to or something. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have known and like thought to apply. And so I told them, I was like, it makes me want to like apply to like these fancy grad programs just to like see that I could get in at like really good schools.
Yeah, no, I've actually been thinking like, wow, what if I just applied to get like another bachelor's and like went somewhere and actually applied myself and did things, and then I'm like, I don't want to do that either. Like, I don't want to do
Like
that at
that
all.
actually sounds horrible.
Yeah, but just so much of it, I'm just so stressed about getting a real job, starting a career and stuff. And you know, I know everyone goes at their own pace, blah 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 blah. But if you're in the same boat as me, you also know that you also probably, maybe not everyone feels the pressure, but there's so much pressure, whether it's, you know, your parents saying, hey, you need to get a job, or it's your parents saying, no, you don't need to get a job yet. Like, you're okay. You'll be fine. Just keep looking, keep applying. Like, all, you know, like, no matter what, there's just so much pressure. And most of it's on myself. But I'm like, I'm stressed. I can't do this. I should just go back to school so then I don't have to get a job yet. Like, a full on career yet.
Yeah. Honestly, like most of the advice from the article that I found is like completely job related. Like, which
Mm-hmm.
obviously it makes sense. It's kind of like the next life transition after finishing school, but it I'll just run through a couple of them. Point number 2 on this list: at least one person you don't like is going to get a job before you, which is actually just like so funny. I love
Yeah.
that it says that. Like, I'm on LinkedIn sometimes and I'm like, wow, great for them. I mean, but not that I don't love my job and have a job, but like, I don't know. Some of your peers are going to get a job before you, but that's okay. It's not a competition. This takes me back to like when I was trying to get an internship though, and like other people got ones that I applied for and wanted and like had interviewed for. They got them and I was still having to hunt for one. And then I ended up like getting one so like late last minute, going to it, having the best experience and loving it. And they ended up not having a good time. Like, they had gotten that one that I thought I wanted, and then I find out, which I felt so bad because it was a good friend, but like they did not enjoy their internship that summer. And I'm like, dang, that sucks. And so like I feel like you also have to like put yourself back into like situational context and remind yourself like it doesn't matter that they have a job, because maybe they don't have the job I want, or like
Yeah.
there's other plans for me, or like they have
Yeah,
a job
like, they
but
might
like
not be,
is it good, or do they like it, are they happy?
they might not be being like feeling fulfilled either with it. And that's one thing
Yeah.
that I'm really nervous about. I'm like, once I get a job, I want to feel fulfilled. I want to feel like I'm in the right spot, and like I'm really really
Mm-hmm.
nervous about that. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, like I'd say like that's like my advice too, to like get through like your first year post grad, is like don't don't be afraid to like quit a job. Obviously I said that before, like don't be afraid to quit a job, but like if you're not being fulfilled, if you're not happy with what you're doing, like if you can do something else, like go ahead and do it, even though it's scary. And I never thought I could. But like, you know, it's if it's not for you, it's not for you, and it's okay, and you can move on and find something else better.
Yeah.
And like, it's so much better to go through the negative experiences that could come with quitting to then be fulfilled in a job you do love and move on to than to stay with something just to say you did it and finished it and stuck with it and that you like are loyal to this company. Like, you can just be like, you know what, thank you for the experience and for taking a chance on me, but this is not for me. Find something else. Move on. Do something that will fulfill you. Because I think, like, and I'm guilty of this too, like, one of the points on here is, like, people are going to give you a lot of unwanted advice. Like, I think about this sometimes too, like, with Issa, like, I remember when you were talking to me about how you used me as a reference for a job and how they had, like, called you, and, like, then, like, oh my gosh, I was, like, thinking about it. I was like, oh my gosh, like, you'd be crazy not to, like, take it if you did get the opportunity, or, like, if you did get, like, some of these jobs. But, like, that's also me ignoring the fact that, like, you do have other things that you, like, fulfill you so much at home and that you love there, and so, like, you wouldn't want to leave, or, like, you wouldn't want to leave yet, or, like, you actually, like, really love what you're doing and you could see it being, like, the right path to get you to the job you want. So it's like, I shouldn't keep telling you to, like, go do this other thing.
Yeah, I mean, also that was really funny. Like,
no, I love
like,
that situation.
Like,
I would not shut up about it at work every day. I told everyone, I'm like, they're gonna call me up. I'm gonna get to talk to them.
I don't think you ever got a call.
No, never.
Okay, well, glad to know that I'm still allowed to use you as a reference in the future. I know. Okay, literally, that's so embarrassing. That's also something that they don't tell you, is that if you don't have a, if you've, like, never had, okay, guys, this is really embarrassing that I've never really had a job before. And you know what? I'm going to continue to acknowledge the fact that I'm so blessed and that my parents, like, never made me. Like, my brother, sister, they both had jobs in high school. I did not. And I'm very embarrassed about it. So I have, like, zero experience anywhere. But now I'm grateful for the Sounders, because now I have that, and then references there. So amen. But yeah, I was like, that's something that they also don't tell you, is that, you know what, you're gonna need like professional references, and so do what you can, get what you can, but also it's not the end of the world. If you need a professional reference, we can hire you for free here at Likewise, and then you can use us.
For real.
But yeah, no, so there's so much unwanted advice and opinions. I'm like, thank you. I actually do already know this because I had this talk 20 minutes ago with someone else. Thank you. But Sam, I'm always wanting to hear your advice and opinions, because it's very different coming from someone who's, like, in the same, I guess, phase of life, like having just graduated or about to graduate, you know, or recent grads, even like people within like 3 or 4 years of me. It's very different than coming from someone who is like 20 years older than me. Honestly, even some people who are 3 or 4 years older than me, I'm like, stop it. But other people, I'm like, you're 10 years older than me, I'll take it. And so it's just so much. But I don't even remember where I was going with that. But oh my gosh.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting into the, like, delirious time of recording, where it's like we've talked about so much that we forget what we've said, or like what we still want to say. And we could talk about this honestly forever, or like we could, you know, talk more another time on, like, more actual, like, tangible advice, because, like, we've definitely given some things, but I do like that we've talk just more about, like, our experience.
Yeah, we probably should have made, like, a part 1 and part 2, because
still can.
I mean, yeah, I feel like if we do another one, it should be like advice about it instead of just our experience. Yeah, that'll be good. Be good. Maybe not next week. I think I need a break from this.
I think, like, the end of summer, because I think around the end of summer is when it sets in for most people.
Yeah,
and it kind of becomes more real. So
maybe, like, right before the end of summer.
Yeah.
Like, to get people ready. Because, yeah, we talked a lot just about our experiences and, like, culture shock and relationships. Obviously, we talked about relationships the longest. Because why would we not for Sam and
It came back to relationships in every single point.
Yeah.
I kept making notes, and every time I would like make another note, I was like, I know I'm literally not going to talk about this, or like, we're not going to get to this. Like, I was like, maybe we will, but like, is it boring? Like, when I like add like stuff about like new hobbies, I was like, what am I going to talk about my new hobbies? I don't know, things to fulfill our time besides school, which is expected. I think everybody knows you're going to have some new hobbies, but sometimes it's hard to find them. Like, for me, it's like not even like a new one, because I got back into reading during senior year, but it's been able to fill my time more outside of school.
Yeah. Oh, so good. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't really have any new hobbies because I'm kind of the same. So what I'm gonna say, it's gonna suck. But I don't know how to say it without it sounding bad. But like post grad life, for me, it sucks. Like, I want to be clear that I don't hate it, but I do often find myself oftentimes find myself like wishing that I didn't take, my high school and college years, even like my elementary school, middle school years for granted, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to grow up. I can't wait to grow up. I wish I could like fast forward 5 years into the future and just like have da 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 da. Like, I wish I could just do this and blah blah blah, all the things. But like, I really wish I would have leaned into, my academics and pushed myself to do well, because like I knew I could have. I currently, like, I know I could have done so much better, and I really should have. And like, I also know that I definitely could have balanced a healthy social life along with a healthy academic life, and that it doesn't have to be either or. So like in my current life, knowing that I didn't really prioritize academics sucks, because I feel like I'm just not, I don't know, maybe not like not well prepared for regular life, but I feel like I could have been like further along in my career than I am, which is like only just a step above nowhere. And yeah, I wish if I could go back in time, obviously I would. Like, with the knowledge that I do have now, I wouldn't just go back in time and be like, oh, I don't know anything anymore. But
right.
Like, I wish I would have taken it more seriously, and I would have like pushed myself to do well, because I know in the moment I knew I could have, and like currently I know I could have, and then I feel like I would also be set up better for success. And what is success? Blah blah, blah, all the things, But yeah, sorry. I was gonna relate it to something
Such
that we said,
achiever.
but then I forgot.
No, I feel like it just relates to like doubting your choices and like randomly considering like grad programs and stuff, because it's just like, you could have done something better for yourself, because like wherever you're like feel like something's lacking, you're like, man, you think like retrospect, like, wow, I could have done this, or like knowing what I know now, I wish I would have done this. But since we can't go back in time, we can't do it over again, it's like, well, I could do it, like give myself a second chance, like I can do it this time. But then it's like, no, I shouldn't do that. Actually,
I absolutely do not
let me get back in my right mind.
Yeah, and just man, I guess this is, the unwanted advice.
Right, we are giving you unwanted advice too. Like, I just think like it's definitely normal to like, it's not really regrets, you're just thinking back of like, you can kind of obsess over like, oh, these are all the things I could have done differently that could make me feel better about this now. And it's okay to like go through the motions of thinking those things, but I think checking yourself into reality and not letting it impact the decisions you make for your future, unless it's fully something you want. Because like we don't actually want to go to grad school, but like, no, of course we're gonna have those thoughts, because it's how we're like transpiring those thoughts about our past, and like think, oh, but I could do this, and like I'd say like it's like a cycle, like it's a negative feedback loop cycle or whatever they call that. I don't think that's even one of those, but like,
I don't know.
You could get trapped in that cycle of thinking, and it's okay to have the thoughts, but you don't need to act on them.
Yeah, it's just, I know, I was talking to someone who does work full-time with Sounders, and like I was asking him questions, and then he was asking me, and I was like, yeah, so I did not do well academically, and then it just kind of like all the things like da 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 da. And he's like, okay, so what'd you learn from that? I was like, I was not prepared for this. He's like, oh, like, sorry if I'm asking you too many questions. Like, I'm like, I'm just like, no, you're totally fine. Like, I love conversations. I love these things. Like, you're all good. If I didn't want an answer, I probably still would. But no, I was like, wow, what did I learn from that? And so, like, I think especially, like, it's really, really important to know yourself and know the kind of person you are, the kind of student you are, the kind of person you want to be, and then make those decisions that are going to help you become that person, you know? And so for me, like, learning all these lessons, be like, okay, I didn't prioritize like my academics the way I should have, so now I need to prioritize like other things to get me to where I want to be and get me to be who I want to be now.
Yeah, I love that. I was just thinking about how like some people, I think it's just like also personalizing your experience. Like it's so different for everybody, so like it's hard, but try not to compare your experience. And then also, like, it's not a race or like a sprint to get anywhere. And like I think at the end of the day, like even though it's hard and like maybe we don't know how we got here and it doesn't feel like it's been a year since we left Pullman, but like we did survive. And like, not that our actual lives were threatened, but like, you know, like we got here. We got here somehow. And it might not be where we expected to be sitting like a year from then, but it's where we're at now.
Yeah. I feel like this is...
And we can be... Sometimes being okay with yourself is enough.
Yes. Yes. Still favorite quote of the pod. Like, maybe sometimes just being okay with yourself is enough. So good. Thank you, Bailey.
Thank you, Bailey.
But I feel, man, it's been almost an hour and a half. I feel so bad to say it's like 10 o'clock for her. It's only 8 o'clock for me. But I feel like we've talked enough on this, and you know what, for those who voted for this topic, I hope you got at least something that you were looking for. If not, let us know what you want. Actually, like, please, like, text us, DM us. Oh my gosh, send us some voice messages. That would be fun.
Oh, I love a voice message.
But yeah, like, I mean, obviously okay, maybe not. Sorry, I say obviously so much. I feel like I've also addressed that before in previous episodes, whatever. Like, we wanted to talk about this. I don't think we would really put up an option that we don't want to talk about on there. So we wanted to talk about this, but it was very different than I thought it would have been, but also not.
Yeah.
You know?
The same but different.
Yeah. Yeah. So if there's anything else that you want to know, or questions you have, we could do like a Q&A. That would be fun.
Love that. And I do actually think it would be good to like follow up with like a part 2 in a couple months, just to check in and maybe like do more like actual like tips, tricks, advice, and less like experience and feels.
Yeah.
But I do love that like oh my gosh, this is gonna be like 5 episodes of vulnerability in a row, which is like actually really cool. Like
wow.
The interviews, then the solos, now this.
Yeah. You know, keep your eyes and ears peeled for more. I don't know. I feel like this was good, and like these are always our favorites because yeah, we're prepared, but we also like this is just stuff that we like to talk about. And so obviously that's when we always feel our best about them, is when we like them. I'm so sorry. Okay. So any last thoughts about a year out of College Town Pullman?
Oh goodness. Honestly, no. I feel like I talk about it so much. It's hard, but like it's not hard because we're not in Pullman or like at college anymore. I feel like that's like not the hard part. But I think that's something a lot of people like are the most sad about, or like the most worried about. They're like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do without this town, or like not being at this school anymore. And that's just like, honestly, that's not been the cause of any of like my actual post-grad stress. So.
Yeah, same.
But yeah. But I still think, like, life's fun. But it's weird. It's different.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so that's all we have for today. So, again, if you've got any questions or want any advice or want something else out of this topic, let us know and we'll see what we can do about it. No, we'll do more than see what we can do about it. We'll probably do it.
Right, you ask, we deliver.
Yeah, amen. So, that brings us to always our favorite part, song of the week. Woohoo! I was thinking about it. I was like, wow, I only put one song, and it's been so many weeks of not having it. We could definitely do. I mean, obviously, any week we could do however many we want, but I feel like this would be a fitting week to have like a million. But we each only have one. So, Sam, what is yours?
My song of the week is Francesca by Hosier, which it's not pronounced Hosier, but like I refuse to say like Hosier or anything. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say Hosier because I've always said that. But yeah, it's his new song and it's so good. When I like put it on in my car, it was the first time I listened to it. I was just like expecting it to like not hit how it did, and then it was just like such a enchanting, exciting song, and I was having the time of my life. So I was kind of like, oh, is it going to be like boring? No, not at all. I love it so much. What's your song of the week?
My song of the week is Society by Valley, and you know, if you listen to it, it's very fitting for this episode, I feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah, before concerts, I always, you know, prepare myself. So I always listen to like set lists or just, you know, entire discographies of the artists I'm going to see. And so, you know, as preparing myself for the canceled show last night, I was like, wow, Society, that's a good one. That'll be my song of the week.
I have not looked at, okay, not to talk about other things, but I've not looked at any of the set lists. Like, I know bits and pieces of what I've seen from TikTok, but I have not looked at like actual Eras Tour set lists because one, I'm also convinced that the set list is going to change by the time it gets to me because Speak Now, Taylor's version comes out like right when my show is happening. And so I feel like, and like right now there's only one Speak Now song in the whole thing. That's like the one thing I know about the set list is that. So I'm like, I feel like that's just not going to be the case. Also, we'll talk about this more another time, but Zeke always asks me, he's like, aren't you scared that like by the time she gets to us, since she's so far into her tour, she's gonna like have like some issue like vocal stress or like all this stuff? And I'm like, don't say that to me, like. And but I just thought of that because of like your situation, but I was like, yeah, like I wouldn't even be mad, like I'd be like, dang, that sucks, but like can't be mad at her.
Yeah, like it sucks for us, but doesn't it, you know, more suck for the artist?
Right.
I just feel like that's yes, but apparently that is not a universal opinion.
Right. I could see if like, and especially, this is what I told him. I said, I don't see that happening because in our situation, the way that this tour is so logistically set up, where she's only doing shows on weekends and then has like all the days in between to like recoup, recover, move along, travel, whatever.
Wow.
It's perfectly set up for adequate rest after doing like the longest shows ever for a couple days in a row.
Wow, I did not know she was only doing weekends. Wow, learn something new every day.
Well, like with like the extra dates, I think there might be some like Thursdays. I really don't know, but it's like pretty much like the cities. She's like in this, and she's not moving each day of the weekend. She's in the same city for the whole weekend because there's multiple shows in each city. So it's like, it's not the same as like with like the smaller like alternative and like indie artists doing small venues where like sometimes they're like they probably barely slept because they were up all night road tripping in like a van to their next city and not like probably flying in a private jet or like being able to be stationary for that whole weekend where they're performing. And then like honestly she probably just like doesn't speak to like you know how like people go on like vocal rest and they just like don't speak. Like I bet like This girl's got it in her. Like, she knows what to do.
Okay. Last side note from me. Hopefully, maybe we'll see. Every single time I think about someone being on vocal rest or about having like laryngitis or just whatever, I always think of the episode of Hannah Montana when
Yes.
when she had to get surgery because she did her 3-hour encore. This back in the days when I thought encores weren't planned. Like it took me an embarrassingly long time to learn that no, encores are planned, and they also know what songs they're going to do in the encore. Like, they plan them. Everything is planned. Right. But yeah, I always think of that episode of Hannah Montana, and then how she was so scared to speak, and so she wouldn't, and then she finally sang. It's like, wow, so good. That deserved an Emmy.
I'm so glad you brought that up. Well, that was fun. We were so nervous, but we had a lot of talking to do. We had it a lot in us.
I should not even say apparently anymore, because Lord knows I'm always going to find a way to talk so much.
Obviously. Honestly, I like that you say that.
I'm sorry. I don't even know how I started saying it or why I started saying it, but it happened in the past couple months, and now I just say it all the time. And obviously, I hate it. No, I don't hate it. I get annoyed by it, and I feel like other people do too. I'm like, I'm sorry. I try to control it, but I can't. Anyway, so that's all from me. Sam, any last lingering thoughts?
Just that I'm excited to be back. And, like, we actually are, like, more planned. Like, I know we say every time we are planned, we have plans, but I think we've addressed that we usually don't have, likewise, super planned. But now, like, we have, like, a whole next episode of notes ready, like, we're ahead.
Yeah, we actually do. That's so good.
We're, like, kind of comfortable with, like, soloing, too, so it's kind of like, there's so many opportunities.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, so, as always... Well, maybe I don't say it always, but I feel like it should be common knowledge by now. But, like, send us a DM, talk to us, let us know what you're thinking. We might let you know. We'll probably let you know what we're thinking.
Right.
But yeah, so as always, make sure to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Like, I go through all our one review and I read it. I'm like, that's so sweet, that's so nice. So if you just want to make our days, Sam's birthday's in July, mine's in December, so if you want to give us like early birthday presents, like, write a review, or if you're on something else that doesn't have that, then just like, send us a DM with a review, I guess. I don't know.
All right, rating, share, post your story.
Yeah, all the things, so that other people can find us and listen to us and hopefully enjoy it. Like, we hope you're enjoying it. But yes. Oh, and also follow us on whatever streaming platform you use, so then you're listening as soon as an episode comes out, because now we're not exactly regularly posting on Thursdays, because that is our recording day now, but sometimes we will. We don't know.
Likewise, Thursday has a different meaning now.
Yeah. And follow us on Instagram, because we're kind of active there.
We're kind of active.
Yeah, we're getting there again. We're trying to do things. Got some things in the works.
Honestly, our feed's kind of cute.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at it today. I was like, I kind of like it. Sam, just hope you have a really great rest of your night.
Thanks, Issa, and likewise to you all.
Bye.
Bye.